All right. Imagine this. It's November 2017. You live in Bali. I want to live in Bali. It's this beautiful island in Indonesia. And the island was created because there's a volcano. The volcano is erupting. Imagine you're living in the red zone. That means the zone where the lava could impact your family and your house. And you're being instructed to evacuate by the government. One of your neighbors was around during the 60s when it last erupted, and they claim that there's no need to evacuate because they have prior experience. Do you leave or do you stay? Do you leave? Remember, we're going to take a stand, do not repeat points already made, and provide evidence and reasoning. Do you leave? Number 1. Do you stay? Number 2. Let's see where we're at. Who's going to get us started?
I would like evacuate just to be safe. Like, I don't really know what could happen because you can't predict nature or stuff. So I would be like, I'll evacuate just in case it might erupt because I wouldn't want to like have my neighbor be wrong and my house blow up with all the lava streaming out because that would be a problem. You can't really trust your neighbors or stuff like that.
I would evacuate because I wouldn't want to get hit and die.
I would evacuate because those people could be lying.
I would evacuate because perhaps the neighbor was around when there was an eruption that wasn't as bad as this one is going to be, or if they're like really old,
Okay.
there might not be the best to be trusted.
Anyone want to argue for staying? Anybody have a reason to stay? Speak up. Would anyone stay? What if, by choosing to leave, you lose all your personal possessions? Maybe even your house everything is taken by looters. So people come in and steal from you. And by staying, the raid on your house would not happen. So all of your things would be safe. Does that change your mind?
No.
What?
Because
Kirsten?
so if you have a few things that you love, then you can just take all those, and then it won't really matter if everything else in your house you don't really care about.
What if they said there's only enough room on this helicopter for you and the clothes that you're wearing?
Then you should probably just take a lot of clothes and a lot of food and a lot of water.
But what if they said, they turned you away? You get to the helicopter and they say, oh, I'm so sorry, you can only wear one shirt, one pair of shorts, some socks, some shoes, and your undergarments. That's all you could bring with you. Would that change your mind?
I would try to get help from some other place, like people who know how to help me with my stuff. Like maybe I have a friend who knows like the company who has like moving planes, like very near, close to the island. So they could call the moving plane to come get my stuff, and then I go in the helicopter.
What if there's no one there because everyone's deciding either to stay or to go? Brielle, what do you think?
I would swim away.
I would just go into the water until it's, like, if the volcano's all done erupting, like, if it erupts, because lava and water, the lava will just, it won't be lava anymore, it'll just be, like, cold.
No, it will be stone, and then you won't be able to come up, and you won't be able to breathe.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, he is right.
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah, with the ashes, you can't really breathe through the ashes.
Yes, will.
also,
So
even if it's in the cool water, those rocks are still going to be really, really, really hot.
it could actually like burn your shoe.
Like you could get
Also, the
boiled
rocks
alive.
could hit you.
Yeah.
You could like
Yeah.
it might burn through your shoe.
Well, I
And
remember that died then.
It's like the hot. It's like when you're like in some movies where like the guys have to like walk through the hot stones. It feels like 10 times that probably.
Eli, what are you thinking over there? Jojo, Andy, what are you guys thinking about this?
I wouldn't.
What if your best friend lived next door and they were so sick that they couldn't leave their house?
I just die with them.
And
Yeah.
you realize that if you leave, you have to leave them. Does that change your mind?
I would pick them up and carry
Arya
them.
says yes, tell me about it.
You know what? I would like take a few. You know what? I wouldn't want to leave my friend behind if I evacuate. So if they live on my island and they aren't evacuating either, and I could just stay in their house with them while the volcano erupts.
Spencer, yeah?
Like
I would just take them with me.
but what if that's? But she said
What if they can't leave their
if
house?
there's only room for.
Well, then.
You go pick them up.
Yeah, that's
that'd be
that's what I meant by.
That'd be one heck of a workout.
Kirsten has something to share.
What if they're like? I can take my friend.
What if they're so sick that they would die soon anyways?
That's a good question.
and I
Kirsten is
was-
asking, does it matter if you know that they're so ill that they'll die soon anyway?
Well, it'd be better like to make the last years their best ones. That's the good.
This is what we call a moral dilemma.
I've seen that girl before somewhere.
To focus. There's a great challenge, and both choices are so hard. So you really have to think about who are you as a person and what makes sense for you in that moment. There is no right answer, is there? I think, what was something that we can give ourselves as a character call out for this Socratic discussion? What was something we did well in this discussion today? Thinking about our rules of discussion. Case, what do you think we did well?
Keep it down. I don't know what people should. The ideas.
What else? What else was a strength for us?
People actually knew things, and it was good evidence and stuff.
Good evidence, yes. What else? Petra?
Staying on topic.
Yes, good noticing. I hadn't noticed that, but now that you mention it, okay.
Focused in the distract.
Fantastic.
Some of our moods weren't like there was a little bit of humor, but there wasn't a lot. Like we were mostly like staying on the subject and focusing.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was being
Is there
No, there wasn't a
anything,
lot of it.
is there anything that you think we should focus on tomorrow during Socratic discussion? Are there one of these promises for Socratic discussion that maybe we should think about because we've gotten pretty good at using evidence and reasoning and taking a stand?
Not be funny. Not be joke.
Let's use our rules of discussion.
We, I don't think we really like linked to previous comments. I'm not saying that we did a bad job on it. I just
I
think
agree.
we could do that next.
Sometimes we've done a really good job of linking to previous comments. I'm going to ask you, what do you think about listen with an open mind and consider new evidence? We really haven't talked about that. Do you think that that would be a good place for us to challenge ourselves next?
Maybe the third time.
Thoughts?
My mom knows an Ingrid who owns an acting academy
It's the same Ingrid.
In
She's my
Georgia.
running partner.
in Georgia.
Yes, exactly. So cool, right?
I know her son.
All right. Thank you for putting such good thought. Yes.
We're going on.
Go try the bathroom real quick and then come back and tell me how you're doing, okay? Go
And
use
also, when
She
you got
takes some
the
kids out
bottle,
for school
that will
already.
help.
You okay?